In today's episode of Free Mama Radio, I'm talking about one of the controversial things that comes up in my Facebook group over and over and over again, and I always get so much pushback. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Find out my feelings about the different types of Facebook profiles in today's episode.
You're listening to Free Mama Radio, where we believe you can have both a successful business and show up as the mom you want to be. I'm your host, Lauren Golden, a mom who built a full-time income working part-time hours. Now, I help other moms like you learn how to work from home on your own terms, take control of your schedule, and make more money so you can live a totally awesome, guilt-free life. I am on a mission to make sure that no mother has to choose between family and financial stability. So if you've been wondering, can I really have it all? This podcast will give you the answers.
Hey, Free Mamas. Welcome back to another episode of Free Mama Radio. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I'm recording on a Wednesday. This is going to drop on a Monday, but who knows what day it is when you are listening. And that is one of the beautiful things about podcasts is it's such a great way to spend time, to feel like you're going on a walk with a friend or maybe sitting in your office, but you're not alone. Or maybe you're listening to this while cooking breakfast or cooking dinner, or you're on a treadmill. It's just words and friendship and community that you can take with you. I know that's how I feel when I'm listening to podcasts. And so I want to start today's episode by just giving a shout out to you and letting you know how much I appreciate you. And thank you for everything you do and everything you contribute to our community, whether it's listening to this podcast, being a subscriber on FreeMamaTV and pushing those videos up to help more people on YouTube, or a valued member of our Free Mama Movement Facebook group, which is absolutely my favorite place on the entire internet. Thank you. Thank you for the contributions you make. Thank you for being bold and brave to put yourself out there and ask for help when you need it. And thank you for your selflessness when you show up and you help other free mamas along on their journey. It really is a really special thing that we have here in the Free Mama, and it's because of you. So thank you so much for your dedication to this movement. Today, we are talking about something where I will not be so sweet in my voice and my tone throughout this entire episode. And this is because this is one of those topics that gets brought up over and over and over again. And I have a very clear view and opinion on how I feel. And sometimes that view and opinion does not line up with some of my students. And what's so funny to me, and I'll just call it right out from the beginning, what's so funny to me is that a lot of the people who disagree with me on this particular topic are people who are brand new to their business. It's people who are brand new to the world of freelancing or to digital marketing or this whole virtual career path. That's not a bad thing, by the way. Like, we all start somewhere. So congratulations on being brave enough to get started and for being brave enough to voice your opinion. But the challenge with this is that you don't know better yet. You haven't actually learned. And so there is some skill involved and some humility involved in listening and learning from people who have walked this walk before you and the things that they have learned along the way and the value that they can add to the conversation. And I hope to add some value to this conversation and to your opinion wherever you hold it today. And so what we're going to talk about is, do I need a business page for my business? Whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, so many people find this free mama world, or you just discover the world of online virtual work and immediately you rush out and you build a business Facebook page. And then what happens is you are now committed to showing up twice. Now, you might not think so, right? You might think, well, I have this business page. I'm starting a business. Well, I'll just post my business page. And I'm going to break that down in just a minute. But before I get into all the reasons why I don't believe that you need a business page when you are getting started in your business, I know it already sounds like I'm wrong, but I can assure you I'm going to explain my opinion on this. Before I jump in, I want to back up a little bit and I want to let you know, what are the different types of pages? Like, what are we talking about here? And so let's make sure we're all speaking the same language. First of all, to be on Facebook, you need a Facebook profile. I will call this your personal profile. Sometimes on accident, I call it your personal page. It's one and the same. I try to reserve the word page when I'm talking about your business page and personal profile so that we don't get confused. We all remember what we're talking about. So you have your personal profile. Now, on your personal profile, you will have your name. You have a profile picture. That's why it's your personal profile. Now, if you've watched my episode on FreeMamaTV of optimizing your social media profile, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about optimizing your personal profile. That is you. That's that page, that entity on Facebook. That is you. It has your name. There's a bio. You also have a cover image behind your personal profile image. And like I was saying in that optimization, your personal profile image should be a picture of you, not you and your baby or you and your dog or you and your spouse or you and your entire family at the Grand Canyon, where when it's this teeny tiny little circle, you can't even really see what's going on. It should be you, and it should be close enough that people can see your face and hopefully your smiling face, which is why I just tried to say smace. Your smace is your smiling face. And that should be your personal profile photo. And then behind that, you have a cover photo. And so you have the ability to edit this cover photo. Again, I see lots of Grand Canyon pictures. I see lots of, family portraits, anniversary pictures, your newborn baby, your precious fur babies. And that's great. We know that's a part of you, or your friends and family know that's a part of you. And there's other ways for you to talk about that. But when it comes to starting a business and the difference between your personal profile and your business profile, your personal profile becomes your personal brand. And it becomes the place when you network, both online and offline, but especially in Facebook groups, it's going to be the place where people click to. And so I suggest utilizing your cover photo as sort of a billboard for who you are and what you do when it comes to your professional life. So people can tell in a quick 3-second glance as we're all stalking online, and I'll talk more about this in a little bit, who you are and what you do, because they're going to make a decision about you that quickly. And it doesn't serve them, if they're an entrepreneur looking to outsource, it doesn't serve them to know that you have 2 golden retrievers that you love. It does serve them to know that you are a copywriter extraordinaire who loves writing email sequences. And so what story can you tell about yourself? So that's your personal profile. Again, this is where you're going to have a timeline. You're going to have your intro side where you can share with people that you're the owner of a business, where you live, who you're married to. You can actually link to other profiles. So you can link to a website. You can link to your Calendly so people can connect with you easily. You can link to your Instagram if you like being more active on other profiles, or YouTube or LinkedIn. You can create these other links. And then, of course, you have your about, you have your friends that people can see. You've got your photos section, your archive, all that good stuff. That's all on your personal profile. And so people can get an image of who you are as a person, a human, because people do business with people. Not to be confused with your personal profile is a business page. A page is something you actually have to go in and set up. And unlike going to your personal profile, you will actually go to a business manager that will say manage page. Now you do get to set what type of page it is. So it could be, you could be a public figure, a motivational speaker, you could be an agency, you could be all different kinds of things that you can set up your page differently. But your business page is something that your business entity specifically would own, right? I don't actually teach setting up a business page in the Free Mama Movement 12-week program. And yet more often than not, my students will create one because they believe that they need it. Now, the biggest pushback that I get, there's 2. The biggest pushback that I get between your personal profile and your business pages, but Lauren, it's against Facebook's terms and conditions to sell from your personal profile. Here's the deal. I'm not asking you to sell from your personal profile. What I am doing is asking you to display your personal brand from your personal profile. And again, a big reason for that is because when you network online, you're not networking as your page, as a business page. You're going to be networking as you, a human, whatever your name is, which means that as you're connecting with people in other groups, maybe you're answering questions, or you're asking for help, the first thing people do when they stalk on the internet, and we all do it, you can pretend like you don't, but you do, is we click on that person's name. It's actually a clickable link to click through when someone posts something that we find interesting. You then have a matter of seconds for that person to decide whether or not they're interested in continuing to connect with you, whether they're going to scroll down and see what interesting things are on your news feed. I'm going to talk about that again in a minute. Whether they are going to click on your profile picture or your cover picture, which again, I tell you what you should do there to have a CTA or call to action within those two things, within those images. You should have more information than just a pretty image. You should have a link that tells that person what to do next if they want to talk to you. So you should be able to paint that picture for them very quickly about what type of person you are, and not just your business, but also what type of human you are. If they know that they want to do business with you, or they know they want to network with you, then they will scroll and they will see that your family went to the Grand Canyon and you have 2 beautiful golden retrievers. And then they will get a better idea of who you are as a human. But upon first glance, the first thing humans ask is, what's in this for me? Do I care? And if they can't answer yes when they come to your profile, we're going to have some problems. While we're on that note, the other pushback that I get from people is that they don't want to use their personal profile because their personal profile is exclusively for their friends and family that they know in real life. And they post pictures of their kid and they want their profile to remain private. I have a couple of thoughts on that. Number one, when I worked at a school many years ago, I was asked to do a presentation about the internet to a bunch of high school girls. It was really fun. The main takeaway from that, though, is that anything, ladies, this is the same thing I said during the assembly, ladies, everything you post on the internet stays on the internet. Even when you think it's Snapchat and it disappears, even when you think your settings are private and nobody sees anything you post on the internet stays on the internet. Even if you delete it, it stays somewhere out on the interwebs. So if you truly want to protect your family, don't put anything on your family on the internet, right? There's no purpose in resisting the ability to have a successful business virtually by being so proud and so hidden. Of course, Facebook does make this easier on you than I am personally making this on you. And that is that they allow you to create lists and segment the people that you're friends with so that you can make certain posts only visible to certain people and limit them and keep them private from other people. But again, ladies, anything you post on the internet stays on the internet. So if you want to continue to use Facebook just for friends and family, I might argue that you are not serious about creating a successful business online. You have to open up your perspective that, wow, this is a very powerful and free tool for me to put myself out there and make sure that not only prospective clients can connect with me as I'm networking online and know what I do, but also a great opportunity for my friends and family to know what I do, because there's a Laurenism out there in the Free Mama movement that if nobody knows what you're doing, how can they connect you with the people that you're meant to serve? So it's not a bad thing for your friends and family to be aware of your business. There is a way to take this too far and try to use your personal profile like it's a business page, meaning you only talk about business and you try to sell from it, which we've already established is a no-no. Remember, you're focused on building a personal brand from your personal profile, and part of your personal brand involves your business and the services you offer, but it also involves your cute kids and your 2 dogs and your trips to the Grand Canyon. So hopefully you're following there. Now, some of you might be wondering, okay, so if I don't need a business page, if you're telling me that I should start my freelancing business by optimizing my social media profile and then networking in Facebook groups and connecting with people that way, why do Facebook pages even exist? And that's a really great question, because there will come a time when you do need a Facebook page. Most specifically, when you go from selling from one-on-one, which many of us as freelancers do, right? We're one person, one service provider selling to one entrepreneur our services. When you go from one to many, I highly suggest looking into having a Facebook page and a Facebook group. Now, what's a Facebook group, Lauren? You didn't even tell me. Well, that's such a great question. A Facebook group is something that a person and or page can own that creates a community or a space where people can connect. The power of Facebook groups is that Facebook really likes groups because they know this is where people are now connecting with each other more than ever. It's not necessarily on the news feed as much as it was a decade ago when Facebook was newer and there weren't as many businesses online. And it was, first being expanded to everybody outside of colleges. Looks a little bit differently now. And so groups is really what Facebook has put a lot of time and energy into, and money, because they actually advertised during the Super Bowl this year that there's a Facebook group for everything. And they're not kidding about that. So you may, at some point in the evolution of your business, when you know what you niche down in and you're looking to go from one to one to one to many, you may decide to create a Facebook group where you can position yourself as a leader and an expert, and you can build your own community that you can teach from, you can sell from, you can lead and inspire, much like what happens inside of the Free Mama movement. Most people in that community know that that's my group because I'm very involved in there. I set the tone. I do trainings every week. You can see my face in the cover image. So it's a group for a lot of people. I'm not a part of every conversation like I would be if I were having, a dialogue from a Facebook post on my profile where it's still that one-to-one kind of conversation. A Facebook group is about building a community. So then why would we have a Facebook page? Well, the biggest benefit and the main necessity for a Facebook page is for advertising purposes. You cannot advertise from a group, at least not currently. Who knows if that's something coming down Facebook's pipeline. You cannot advertise from your personal profile because, again, you cannot sell from your personal profile. You can build a personal brand and you can share it from your personal profile, but you cannot sell directly from a personal profile. So you need a business page if and when you are looking for a business platform to be able to sell from. So in the Free Mama, I do have a business page where I run paid advertising from. That's the page that I have established to run paid advertising. Now, because I want people who see my ads to see the credibility of my business, we also have posts that go out. But if you were to look at my posts inside of the Free Mama Movement Facebook group, if you were to go to my personal profile, my name is Lauren Marty Golden on Facebook. And if you were to go to my Facebook page and you looked at the engagement, you might or might not be shocked to see that the least engagement by a landslide is on my Facebook page, even though my Facebook page has almost 30,000 people following it. It's very low because Facebook doesn't reward the engagement from pages the same way that it does from personal profiles, people interacting with other people on Facebook, which is what Facebook is supposed to be all about, or people engaging with other people inside of these groups or communities based on common interests, locations, hobbies, all different kinds of reasons that a Facebook group would form. So, to bring this full circle, no, I do not teach creating a business page inside of the Free Mama Movement 12-week program. Why? Because I don't want you doing work twice. You must engage and post and create content from your personal profile if you're choosing to network online. Because when you engage with people in groups, the first thing they're going to do is go check out your credibility. And they better be able to know who you are and what you do and a little bit about your personal brand. That's your personality, your interests, the things that you stand for when they come to your personal profile. I don't want you to have to then double dip into a business page where you're going to be working super hard to try to get vanity metrics like likes and followers, only to have Facebook not reward you for those efforts by pushing it out to a larger audience. You're going to have a lot more success, a lot more engagement, and you're going to be doing business like a human, which as a freelancer, your personal brand is your business. You are your business. So again, I argue there's no way around this, okay? You don't need a business page when you are starting as a freelancer. You just need to optimize and care for your personal profile. Go out there, start making genuine connections with people who are other entrepreneurs, care about them, provide value, answer questions, network, which means like meet people. Don't treat them like a potential sale for you. And I promise you that you will start to see your business take off. If you liked this episode, if this conversation is interesting to you, if you want to learn more marketing strategies and tips, please let me know that you liked it. Leave a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. Go over to Instagram, connect with me there, and send me a message about what you want to hear more from. And don't forget to also check out FreeMamaTV, where I have lots of how-to tutorials about networking on Facebook and Facebook optimization of your personal profile. I hope you found this interesting, and let me know. Did you guys agree with me? Do you have a business page for your business? If so, I would love to hear how it's serving you. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Free Mama Radio.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Free Mama Radio. Don't forget to check out Free Mama TV right here on YouTube for hundreds of how-to videos and interviews to help you start, grow, and scale a virtual business from home. If you want to join a community of tens of thousands of moms just like you, make sure you join the Free Mama Movement group over on Facebook. And lastly, if you want to learn more about how we can do this together, work to achieve your goals, and make you our next success story, check out my free training at thefreemamamovement.com. I'll see you next time.